Alright guys, hello and welcome to week 2, or sorry, not week 2, but round 2, again, still chalked, 2 hours sleep, love it, for season 13 HRL Quarantine Cheese Spectacular series, whatever, and doing the TRS track here. It's going to be, let's check this one, I believe it's 21 laps, heats were 7 laps, yes, and heat results real quick before we go through the layout, TRS, explain TRS, all that stuff. Slaunch and Opex winning the heats, first heat, second heat, respectively. So there you go. For those 7-lap heats again, 21-lap main. And let's take a look at this layout. Let's figure it out. So first of all, the oval is actually used here. So we get the lines on the start here for the drivers to line up 4 wide. And we're going to throw a nade. When the nade blows up, they're going to drive straight down, front stretch, all the way through here, and then turn in right here, which is lined up with the layout. So let's get a look at what the layout itself is. So here is the finish line. That's a good base to start from. That's the finish for the track. Pretty tight. That rock is like technically the finish line, or that white line, but the rock marks it on the track, I guess you could say. So from the finish line, you go up here, straight this way, not onto the oval track. I suppose you could go onto the oval track, but it wouldn't be very fast. Through here, really tough, like chicane-ish section here at the rocks, down here to a super rough cliff, like fall off there into this uphill. Through the uphill, down here, you could even go into the oval track a little bit there. It wouldn't really hurt you too much. Into this left-hander uphill, swoop around this way. You don't want to go all the way around that rock. I mean, you could if you're blue flagging. I think I saw Atlantic do that at some point. Pretty good strat. You want to go through right through here. This is the first collision on the track. If you're not familiar with TRS, that's like the biggest part of it. No, I think Matt's not doing it. He's too tired, and I don't blame him. I probably shouldn't even be doing the commentary, to be honest. But first collision here, so when the drivers come through here and the other drivers are already going through there, they collide. So we're going to see a lot of collisions in this zone right there. And once they're done with the turn back here, swoop through here, and maybe even use the banking of the front stretch a little bit there. Get that speed down into a fast, tight downhill right through here, not to the finish line, down through here, super tight, tough corner right here. Swoop it around. We have our second collision right here. You swoop it around into the finish, and there you go. There's a lap at Blaviken TRS. Should be a crazy race, and if you're unfamiliar with TRS, still like trying to keep the driving clean. It's still like the same rules as far as that goes, but as far as collisions go, anything goes. And try to keep it full throttle throughout the collision zones, because we've raced TRS. We raced 4 seasons of TRS and a lot of races on Halo 4. Would have been like, I don't know, like 50, 60, maybe even like 70, 80 races. It was ridiculous. Raced a lot of TRS in season and Halo 4, and what we found is that it's just not as fun when drivers can like let off and avoid the collisions. It's just not as fun, and so we're trying to enforce that. Try to keep it full throttle as much as you can. It's a little tricky on this track because, of course, like when you're coming into this corner, you want to let off, and when you're like swooping, like when you're going downhill here, you might want to let off even. So it gets a little tricky in some spots, and obviously like instincts you want to let off, but we're trying to keep that going for TRS for the future because it's just a lot more fun that way. Anyways, besides all that stuff, we have the lineup here. It's going to be Slaunch on the right there, Opex, Armada, Fireball. Then on the right again, Hunter, Shift, Atlantic, Luke. And then on the right again, Roman, Puma. Far left there is Sector. And nice. And we're getting ready here. Armada about to throw the nade when the nade explodes. Little classic start here. Little classic start strat. When the nade explodes, we're going to get going here for the first TRS ever in Halo 5. Can't believe I'm saying that, 2020. Green flag down the front straightaway of Skellige Speedway into the actual TRS, and here we go. Already collisions. I don't know why those gooses were placed so poorly off to the side. Very tough. Drivers trying to get through there. Hunter going down. Absolute mayhem already. And we may even see some collisions here in the first lap. Yup, Slaunch, everybody, Fireball, Armada, Luke, Shift. Plenty of drivers involved. Puma gets in the tree, and they're even having troubles getting back onto the track. Oh, someone just got absolutely plowed and recovered into it. I think that was Opex with like a perfect recovery off of that crash. Oh my god, what is going on down there? And this looks ridiculous, but this is TRS. This is exactly what you'd expect. And a fat lead. Opex and Slaunch getting off to a fat lead already. Look at that. They're not even close to collisions here. Roman in third. That's like Fireball and Luke right there. Oh, and Opix getting stuffed up in that tough corner. Could there be a collision here? No. Slaunch taking the lead. Could be some collisions for these other drivers, though. Oh, might be close here. Nice. Real close there. Fireball just getting through. And Opix having more issues going down off that cliff. Close battle there for second between, and Roman's forcing it inside. He has the chance, goes for it. They avoid the collisions for now. But when they come back around, gonna get pretty close. Keep an eye right here. Nice. Doing pretty well so far. Get an eye over here, see if anybody's gonna go down. Puma right into Opix, and I mean, it slows Opix down. Oh my god. Armada gets punted too. Oh, and Puma again. Twice. That is so unfortunate. And yeah, you got to be careful for stuff like that in TRS. That can happen. It is very difficult to manage. I think Slaunch with a really nice lead right now. I don't even know where the hell he is, but pretty sure he has the lead. I think that's him up there. See him crossing the finish line. He might even putting a driver a lap down, I think. Let's get caught up right here. Yep, that's Puma going down in front of Slaunch, and that's going to slow up Slaunch a ton. Puma not getting up to speed right there with a really tough crash off the cliff, and Slaunch trying to blue flag, trying to just get this move, gets put in the inside of rock. This is so unfortunate for Slaunch. He had the biggest gap, and then the collision, and then the collision for Roman too. Like, all the leaders involved. And a hijack too. Fireball and Slaunch hijack. Slaunch takes it back. Fireball goes for his goose. What is going on? He hijacks someone else, and I don't even know if anybody's on the... I think two drivers might not even be on the right goose at this point, but they somehow recover it, and they get going again. And after all that, the leader will be Luke right now, but just like Slaunch, Puma messes up right in front of the leader again, and Opix is going to take the lead off that. Now we have a really tight four-way pack for the lead, and possibly collisions again. Oh, lines it up with Slaunch. That was kind of dirty on Puma, to be honest. He, like, waited to line it up. I don't agree with that, but anyways, going through the rest of the collision here, Armada barely makes it out safely. Roman trying to get by Puma is just a tough pass for a lot of these drivers in the pack. Oh my god, getting stuffed up going into that downhill. This layout's fantastic. And look at this, Opix, Luke, and Roman, your top three right now, and Opix just tanks through Roman, and it's tough. And another collision, Luke into Fireball as well, and then Roman and Luke making straight up contact, and now Slaunch comes in. He's going to battle for that second place position, so he's back into it. Oh, and absolutely cleaned out. That was Luke and Opix right there. Just destroyed Opix. But Opix keeps going. He still has a huge gap off of that even, and it kind of just put him in the right line too. And Puma, again, the exact same spot, just struggling with it in front of the entire lead pack except for Opix. Look at how tight these guys are into collision with Puma for Opix, but again, it looked like he just tanked through it. Oh no, Armada going down right there. Two-wheel. Any more collisions for Opix and Armada? Oh my god, and Opix is just tanking these collisions. He's really not getting the bad side of anything here. He's getting really good recoveries, and he's just honestly increasing his lead by just destroying any driver that goes for the collision with him. It's actually incredible at this point. And that is one, interesting factor with the collisions, is that if you hit some really good collisions, you could just increase your lead with the collisions instead of decreasing it, which is what a lot of people would probably just think that you would do. Another driver, Atlantic going down right there. Roman getting stuffed up. Luke and Roman have some issues down there. Oh, Puma, that's not the way to enter into that corner. Unfortunate. I love how you just have, just look at this. You just got everybody. This is great. This is great. Basically a Roval. Roval TRS. But, I mean, they're pretty close for top three still. That's Opix, Fireball really close, and Slaunch, that's top three. And then Luke and Roman 4-5. Like, this top five is still really competitive. And we might see a collision right here. Opix dodges it, but did these guys dodge anything? Yeah. Fireball and Slaunch get through. Oh, my God. Huge collision back there with some of the lappers and some of the drivers that are deeper into the pack. We're trying to keep eyes on this top five battle while also watching everything else that's going down. I really like this shot here because you just get a shot of everybody. Love that. And Opix makes it through again. And all the other drivers make it through cleanly as well. The collisions are kind of clean for them, but they're catching up to lap drivers. There could even be some collisions with those lap drivers. Good for now, though. This top 5 is really competitive at first, but they're settling it out right here. We don't get a look at this part too often. This part's really cool, really tricky. Probably the techiest part of the track. Luke with the mistake. Roman going down again. That's going to be a tough break for them. Luke going to be really slow in that recovery for the 5th place, but we still have... I don't know if that lap count was correct, but we're not even halfway through this race. Is that right? That's ridiculous. There's still a lot of time left. And in TRS, you're never out. You're never out in TRS. There's always a chance. So, like, even the... Oh, my God. Absolutely cleaned out for Luke right there. But, always in it in these TRS races. So, Opix with, like, a good lead right now, but look at what he's in. Look at what he's in. Absolute sandwich of lap drivers. Gets by a couple of them. Gets through the collision cleanly, but Fireball, Roman stopped up and screwed himself over. He probably should have just went for it right there. Honestly, think it affected him harder by waiting. Oh, and he has to go back around too because of the way he entered in. He has to go all the way back through that. So unfortunate. And drivers getting stopped up in that corner as well to the finish line. Put Roman back down to 5th, I think. And yeah, just plenty of people having issues through this jungle section right there. Very difficult. That is easily the most difficult part of the track, I would say. Oh, Hunter went through. I don't know how he got through that. Shift with some issues. No collisions. Oh, close right there. Oh my God, and Slaunch, like, maybe that was Justin just with a fat run, and Luke gets by Justin, and Slaunch is... trying to get by shift there for a lap driver or something like that. Like, I don't know, Slaunch tried to, like, brake and maybe brake too hard. That's pretty easy to do in Halo 5, and Justin was just not letting off, and he just absolutely slammed in the back of him and plowed him right into that corner. And Puma right there getting into Fireball. It's going to help Opix out even more, and Opix is just getting through these collisions lap after lap after lap here. Just getting right through, dicing it. Okay, Roman, negative 80 points right there. What a cuck. Absolute shame. Oh my God. Slaunch with maybe one of the most violent crashes. Fireball going down too. And this is actually huge for the race. Let's get a replay of all this going down right here. And get a look at the... Okay, so Opix going to be on 6 to go this time by. And let's get a look at what happens here because this is huge. This is the drivers that could compete with Opix for the lead. And, you know, Opix has just been running lap after lap, getting through these collisions very cleanly. And even when he's hitting the collision, he's just plowing through drivers. Let's see what happens here. Slaunch onto Puma and just catches the end of him, try to get through it. Went with the full send. Violent crash. Fireball gets collected too. And that's Champ going to make contact. Roman going to make contact as well. And that's Luke getting through a lot of it. Going to be in 3rd now. I think Fireball's fallen out of the top 3. I think it's... I'm pretty sure it's Opix, Slaunch, and Luke top 3, and it's very separated now. Could even have a collision with 1st and 2nd. Really close. None of the drivers letting off right there, but it got really close between them. Oh, Slaunch making it through. Slowed down a little bit. Luke literally dices it right through those 2 drivers as well. Oh my God, they backed off for Fireball. Getting really close right there. Not a lot of laps left. And a lot of it could come down to these final collisions. The send, the violent crash for Fireball, and it's fallen apart. He might even be in like 5th now and falling backwards. This is not Fireball's best moto of the night. Could be his worst, at least so far. But just some rough crashes. He's not getting the best end of these collisions, man. Like some of these, just these crashes late for him. Slaunch again, just like Fireball. Let's get another replay of that because we could even see a change in the podium spot here. Do we get Fireball's crash here too? I would love to get a replay of both. Oh, I must have already got through. That's sad. But just violent crash after violent crash. Let's get a different angle here and see what this looks like from the corner. That's Opix going through. So Slaunch should be coming up. Boom! Just exactly like the last one. Wow, right into the camera. And just the tough recovery. And that's Luke gets by him right there for 2nd. So... Oh, and he gets plowed again. Slaunch getting plowed. Roman involved too. Has to recover. Slaunch still holding on to that 3rd place, though. Remember, he's got a pretty good gap. That's Roman and Fireball right there who could be competitive for 4th and 5th. Oh, my God. That was really close. Fireball almost getting involved again. Opix going to be coming to 3 to go. Can he take it? Has not won a race in 3 years since Mirabilis. We had that in the pre-race show. Oh, and just like those last crashes we've seen, not as violent. Opix catches the bottom of Luke, and Puma making contact there as well, but that crash with Luke was not nearly as violent as some of the rest of them. Nice crash out of Roman right there. And we're just seeing time and time again what's happening. Oh my god, he's stuck. Okay, there we go. So Roman may lose his 4th place position here, but what we're seeing time and time again is these drivers are just getting in the worst positions possible. With when one driver's like coming out of the turn here and the other driver's full sending it in, they like the driver coming on the left just catches the undercarriage of the driver going through into the corner, and they just absolutely annihilate them and create honestly some of the craziest collision crashes that we've seen in TRS. And this is Opix with the 2 to go marker, and he's got a huge lead at this point. Look at this. This is Opix right here, and that's Luke right back there. So this is an absolutely humongous lead at this point. It would take collision, 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 collision. And there's one, and it's a pretty bad one. He's going to lose a lot of time off that. Has to really get around for that recovery. He will lose a lot of time there. But is it that bad? Oh, really close with Luke, and I mean, that could have been a chance right there. If anything, Luke would have got the bad end of that. So pretty good for Opix there, getting through it cleanly, and both the drivers getting through it cleanly. And we're coming through. I believe this is the white flag lap. We're going to focus on Opix here. Has not won a race in forever, but the opener of TRS and Halo 5 could make history here, taking the dub in this opener, coming across. Can he get through cleanly? Hunter messing up in front of him. Doesn't matter. He gets through, going around the final corner to the line, and it looks like he's going to take it. Opix takes the first TRS moto here in Halo 5, and any more collisions? No, it looks like Luke will take second, and Slaunch, after being very competitive, a lot of violent crashes, still settles in for a podium. 4th place will be Fireball. Okay, yeah, I don't know what. Oh my god, Roman got annihilated right there. Looks like 4th place will be Fireball, maybe 5th place Roman. I don't know. Everything got so mixy right there. Roman might even get another collision here. Okay, good. Whew. I had to take a fat swig after this. After that one, it is tough. It is tough to commentate these races. There's so much going on. Wow. So an absolutely fantastic. That was the best premiere that we could have hoped for TRS. Probably an HRL history episode down the line 5 years from now. And Opixonic opens it up. The dark horse contender from the pre-race show takes his first win in forever. And it comes here, the TRS opener, taking that moto win and the heat win too. So looking pretty solid at this track. Can he get the overall? It's going to be a big hump for him to climb, but he's setting himself up pretty good for it. It's going to be Luke in 2nd, Slaunch 3rd. We're going to have Fireball 4th, and 5th will end up being Roman 6th. Armada is what we have here in the scoring. 7th, Hunter. 8th, Sector. 9th, Atlantic. 10th, Shift. And 11th, Puma. Absolutely insane race right there. So much cheese went down. Really hard to follow at some points, but at the same time, it was just, I don't know. I feel like it's just fun to watch from a spectator standpoint. Always something going down on the track. Always collision. That track did a really good job of there was just like always someone in collision range. So it was a good one. All right, let's get lined up for Moto 2. Okay, so we get all the drivers lined up here. We're gonna have an inverse start order. Yeah. And we're gonna get into Moto 2 here for Blaviken TRS. Absolutely insane Moto 1. Let's get a look here at how this Moto 2 is gonna go. Look at the drivers that we have starting on the front row. What is that? Puma Shift, Atlantic Sector. Yeah, it's gonna get crazy. Green flag, the nade has blown up. Here we go. Wonderful start. Atlantic crashes? What? How? Oh my god. Absolute carnage. Probably a key to the race, to be honest, is getting through that section on the first lap. It is so tough. Any collisions here early on? Yes, we will. Puma will hold on to his lead, but Hunter absolutely annihilates that driver right there. I think does an okay job of waiting to recover there. Maybe could have waited a little longer, but it wasn't that bad. Oh, I don't know. Wasn't that bad. Could have done worse. Fine in my book. Leading the first lap was Puma, I think. I think Puma led the first lap down. Moto 2. When is he going to get collision, though, is the question. Like, he's good. He's good. Puma Starting off the moto strong. Roman, some slight contact on Slaunch, getting all kinds of squirrely. Has to go way up the oval, but slides right back in. And Fireball takes the lead right there. Off of Puma, nice collision there. Fireball and Roman and Armada, Puma, Champ, Roman, Shift, everybody getting involved right there. Oh my gosh, Puma still just having issues on that cliff. And after all this cheese, it is Hunter in the lead. Oh, nice job full sending it right there. Could have been real close. Oh man, that was super close right there. See if anybody gets clocked. I love watching that. This just has the best crashes here. Hunter messes up on purpose there to avoid the collision. No, I'm just kidding. That would actually be strats though. That would actually be hilarious. But he's gonna hold on to the lead, narrowly missing that collision. He's gonna bring it here. Try to hold on to this lead the best that he can. Try to bring home another win for the UK. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Oh, nice collision there. That was Luke and Puma. But not too bad. Not too bad. I think Hunter having issues. And that was actually Opix. What has gone down here? How does Opix recover all these crashes? I don't even know what to say about that. I think we should take a look at the replay there. This is a big part of the race. So here we have Opix and Luke. And again, this is the overall battle. Wow. Going right behind Hunter, and Hunter messes up this absolutely tough corner and sort of like drives Opix off, and he could have a really bad time recovering, but he does recover. Luke gets clocked, Opix gets clocked, Sector destroyed, Luke absolutely demolished, and Sector with the great recovery. And after all of that, Fireball is the one to emerge in the lead. But some good gaps here. Oh, got close. All right, little bit of a let off Fireball. All right, we'll let you have that one. We'll let you have that one. Going through the cheese here. Any potential crashes? Pretty clean right now. But at the same time, it doesn't stay very clean on this track for very long. Oh man, issues for Puma again. It does not stay clean for very long on this track, so you never know when it's going to happen. Still safe up here. Top 3, Fireball, Opix, Hunter. Pretty safe. Whoa. For now. Roman and Slaunch going at it for that top 5. A lot of overall contenders. High finishers from the first moto. Up top. Oh my god. Luke splits the difference and gets a little bit of a wheelie, and Roman gets destroyed on Hunter. And, oh, the recovery. But Hunter makes it happen. He gets out. Luke gets by him, but Hunter gets out in front of Slaunch. So it could have been a lot worse right there. Oh, and Slaunch going down to the cliff. Tough. Gonna let Roman back into that battle. Oh my god. The slide right there. Fireball. Spectacular crash. And Opix trying to make the move, take advantage, but he runs it really hard into the downhill. Oh my god. That was close. And Opix and Fireball super close for the lead. And again, this is Opix not only going for a sweep here, but trying to get this overall. And looking just really competitive at Blaviken here. Probably his best track in probably since that race. Wow, splitting the difference right there. Real close, but Fireball with that 2-wheel looked really nice, but not going to help him out in terms of gaining time. Oh, Luke gets clocked on a Champ again, but a fantastic recovery. Not too much time lost right there. Oh, okay, Justin, come on, bro. Honestly, I don't even think he's letting off to avoid it. I think he's just bad. Oh, here we go. Here's the shot. Here's the shot. We'll set this for a little bit right here. Oh, Luke and I think that was Luke and Opix. So Luke gets Opix in the collision, and look at this. He's going to take the pass, and he gets some contact on him too. Opix having trouble getting back to his goose, and look at that. He's going to lose so much time. A rough collision. The collisions, he was managing them so well. Slaunch destroyed right there off to the finish line. Not too bad of a recovery, though. But yeah, Opix managing the collision so well in the first moto. That one was a tough one, and that is going to bite. Going to go from the lead back down to 4th, but issues for everyone right here. Fireball, Hunter, Luke, and now Opix is back in it. And this is the lead battle. This is top 4. Wow, Shift, that was like the slowest collision ever. He just got clocked. They're getting by Shift here. Oh, Roman and Slaunch keeping that top 5 battle alive. Look at this. This is top 4 right here in a line with Shift in the back. This is incredible. This rarely happens in TRS, especially a track like this many collisions. I don't know how Luke and Roman didn't just destroy each other right there. That was really close. Oh no, a lap driver that's going to slow down Luke and shift pretty hard. And it's going to allow Opix to get that position. And Hunter and Fireball, and with Champ in the middle here. Oh, Hunter in the lead with big collision on shift, but he gets in front of Fireball. He's going to slow him down. The questionable recovery. Not going to lie, Hunter. Not going to lie. But he's going to keep it going. Oh, shift. That was okay. That one, I want to see that one again. This one, this is why this has to be potentially the craziest collision on any TRS like that we've seen so far. Look at this. Look at how shift crashes right here. There's the leader Fireball, lapper shift, but look, he just gets that air. Gets that just little bit of air onto Fireball's head. Fireball's dead at this point, IRL. Like, he just got destroyed, and shift is just rolling down and just absolutely getting cleaned up there. But you know, I guess he goes all right. I guess that works. Not too bad of a recovery. A little bit of their own rules being made up on this track, I guess. To be fair, TRS is a little bit more dirty with that stuff, so you have to let more of it slide. But I don't know. Some of it gets a little questionable at times. Fireball with a nice lead right now. Let's get an update. I'm going to pause it because I don't want to miss any of the action here. We're right at... Oh, Fireball and Luke. And then Luke's going to go down really hard, and Fireball loses a bit of time as well. Oh, that's, I think Opix getting into shift right there, too. Slow him down a little bit. But yeah, we're like right at the halfway point here. And Fireball with a solid lead right now. But again, like the way last race went, how did that driver, Justin, wow. Oh my God, Armada getting collected. That is the worst collision, man. Like, this collision sucks to get collected on, but that other one, oh boy, that is where the race is decided. Slaunch and Fireball, again, the leader. Oh, Opix is and Atlantic getting in the back of him. Slaunch and having a rough time here. Look at the recovery he has to make. That is so unfortunate, but the fair thing to do. And Hunter going down, lose a lot of time. Shift with another insane crash in front of Luke, and another shift crash that I want to get a replay of. Let's take a look at what happens to him here. So shift again, just getting destroyed. Well, here it is, Luke coming right under him. Boom! Just like the last time, except this time he actually spins off into the finish line, which, I mean, could have been a not too bad recovery there. That's Roman behind Luke. He's making gains there with all these cheeses happening. He's working his way through all of it. Puma getting aggressively lapped by Fireball there. Oh, really close. And Puma just pile driving Opix into the inside there. Not the greatest blue flagging I've ever seen. Oh, no. Puma collected, and Luke and Roman really fortunate. Hunter as well, and Slaunch. A little bit of contact, but all those drivers fortunate to get through that as cleanly as they did. They could have lost a ton of time right there. And look at how lined up they're getting. So many drivers on this side of the track. This is insane. Oh, no. Atlantic going down, but a lap down as well. So not one of those lead packs. That was Fireball you just saw on the bottom. He's got quite the gap, but Opix still looking good for this overall. Nice pirouette there out of Hunter. Such a little slow there, but makes a good recovery. Getting as much speed as he can. Still a lot of time left in this race for much more cheese to go down. And it's just hard to know what to watch in this track because there's stuff going down all over the track. You'd have several cams in this race. Like, it's hard to catch it all. Oh, Hunter with the slick dodge right there. I don't really know if that would have affected him that hard. Take a little collision here for Roman with the recovery. Slaunch gets him going, gets him into the wall. Not really even like a dirty move right there. Roman just recovers right in front of Slaunch, and Slaunch isn't going to stop, and it helps him get that spot. Armada trying to take advantage right there. Luke trying to get by Puma for the lapper, and that's Opix. That's Fireball to the right, and that's Luke right there. That's top three. Oh, Opix and Slaunch. That's an awful collision. That might be one of the worst collisions we've seen in that part of the track yet, and that will allow Luke to take that second place from Opix. Opix loses a ton of time off that. Slaunch going to lose some time too, but he's still in fourth. Hunter's still in fifth, still in striking. Those guys are all still in striking distance. Fireball has quite the advantage at this point, but we've still got, looks like 4 laps to go, so still a lot of time left. Drivers getting into it here with the lap traffic. Oh my God, not great. Opix getting the bad end of the stick, and he had so many good runs through collisions and lap drivers in the first moto, but not not having as many of those here in the second, and it's costing him. He's still in the top 5, so he's still having a nice run, but, you know, not as good as it could be. But still, even if he can't get the overall win here, Fireball and Luke in the lead, really good spot. I mean, Opix needs to get some of those positions in front of him, get back into the podium. Roman going down again. Where is... That's Fireball right there, and that's Luke right there. So, oh my god. And this could be big. Fireball with... Okay, so it is like 3 laps to go. So Fireball with 3 laps to go, going to be going on 2 laps to go here, I believe. Has an absolutely insane collision crash here. He even makes a little contact with, was that Armada there? And then look, Fireball coming around here. Oh, awful crash. Catches his undercarriage on Roman, and just look at that spin, just never ends. And he eventually recovers, and look at how much time. His gap was huge. Luke is right there now. So we could have a battle for the lead, battle for the overall, too. Fireball and Luke really close with, again, I think it's going to be... I think it's 2 laps to go for them. I think Fireball's a lap off. I could be wrong. But yeah, Fireball and Luke really close. And again, Fireball gets cleaned out by Roman right in front of Luke. And that's going to allow Luke to take the lead. Fireball now going down to second. Coming onto the white flag this time by. Does Luke avoid those collisions? though? He does not. And that is a tough crash, but Fireball doesn't avoid it either. Both of them down. And Fireball with the slower recovery. Luke's going to maintain that exact same gap. Oh, Fireball dodges it. Slaunch going to lose just enough. Gets the crossover on Opix there. And going into the white flag lap with the driver Armada going down in front of him. But Luke plows his way through. Fireball getting through as well. Can Fireball make the recovery? Any collisions? Puma really close. But Luke sends it and just barely makes it through. Can Fireball make anything happen here? Are there any collisions left to go down? They both get through cleanly in the first collision. Second collision, Luke looks clean for the first run through. Fireball as well. He's got Puma in front of him. Coming to the finish line here. Just knocks Puma out of the way. And Luke's going to take the win here in Moto 2. Fireball second. And third will be up to... Is it Hunter? Hunter, in spectacular fashion, spins, destroys Shift across the line. Third, fourth, fifth, right there in a row. Hunter somehow takes a podium. Fourth, Slaunch, fifth, Opix, and others. I might have to see a replay on... the lead battle was insane, but that third, fourth, fifth was also crazy. We're going to have to take another look at that as well. But before we get to that, let's get a look here at the overall results from Moto 2. It's going to be Luke first, Fireball second, Hunter third, Slaunch fourth, Opix fifth, and sixth will be Sector, seventh, Roman, eighth, Shift, ninth, Atlantic, 10th, will be Armada, and 11th, Puma. For that insane Moto 2 right there. That was ridiculous. I don't know what the hell happened right there. But yeah, that was just so much action in that moto. We're definitely going to have to get a replay here of what happened between that top 3, because that looked like it came down to the end. I thought Hunter was in 5th there, so... Or maybe he wasn't. No, he's ahead of him. So let's get a look here. So this is... going board with Slaunch. So this is 2 laps to go here. On board with Slaunch. Oh, now you see the checkpoint. What the fuck? On board with Slaunch. 2 laps to go here, and look at this. Hunter, Opix, and Slaunch. Coming to the white flag this time by Slaunch. Gets the run on Opix here. Pretty hard to do, but occasionally you can do it, and he makes the legit pass happen. You can definitely make passes happen in TRS. Like, collisions play a big role, but right there you can tell the speed matters. He makes that little bit of contact. Slaunch with the recovery, though. Really nicely done. And Hunter is amassing a nice lead going onto the white flag lap as that insane lead battle is going down. And Hunter coming around. Gets it clean. All of them do. And this is just looking really good for Hunter right here. And very close. Could have had something go wrong. Slaunch with a little bit of contact again, but Hunter gets slowed down really hard on Armada. And Slaunch with the hard charge. If he took that corner a little bit smoother, maybe he had a chance, but I don't know. It would have been a stretch. But yeah, those guys were close. So even amidst all the collisions and all the crazy action, all the battles, those drivers were still able to make a good battle, legit battles happen on track. And that's what's great about TRS. Like even with all the cheese, can still have all that work out. Oh yeah, completely different. Completely different. All right, so let's go through. So the overall for Blaviken TRS, And our second race, the Witcher Trio Tournament, Luke is going to take the overall with 77. Opix coming in second, 73. Fireball third with the 71. Solange going to be coming in fourth with the 69. Nice. Hunter with the top 5 overall early on here, 65. 63 for Roman in 6th, and 60 for Sector 7th, and 58 for Armada in 8th. Shift 9th, 56. Also Atlantic 10th with 56. 50 for Puma, and Budro had to back out of this one, so not making it to this one. And there you go. Overall results, and now we're going to be going into the last race of the tournament here. The 3 drivers that are in contention are really like Fireball, Luke, and Solange, and all pretty good Arena Cross and Supercross whatever drivers. So we could see a nice battle here to the end as they're like fairly close in points going into this. So getting to the end of the Witcher Trio tournament here, see how those points are going to get handed out, and still some other close battles throughout the pack too, and you know, a lot of bonus points up for grabs. So a lot of drivers are going to want to try to get the best, finish off the night the best that they can on the AX so that they can get as many points possible here. Help them out with their season, you know, if they don't get those wins. Can help them out with the playoffs.